So glad you guys are here. We're thrilled to see you here to learn how to grow now. Who's ready to grow now? Just put me in the chat if you're like, yeah, I got the thumbs up from Mary, like ready to grow your businesses, ready to get started, ready to get more clients. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it. So I want you guys to interact with me throughout, put things in the chat, let me know you're here, keeps me going. And awesome. We got Las Vegas, we got Charlotte, where else we got? I know we've got some people from all over joining us today. Newfoundland, Canada. I love it. Well done. Ready to go? Anything besides your belly? Yes. Let's contract the belly. Breathe. And let's grow our businesses. Awesome. Excellent. Well, I am so glad you guys are here. We got Vancouver and Michigan. Awesome. I am originally a Michigander. So great to have some people from my original state. Been to a few states, lived in a few states now, but I'm so glad you guys are here and we are going to dive in. We've got so much to cover with you today. We're going to talk about how to grow now. We're going to talk about the grow now formula, how to get started, get clients now, get to 6 figures by using the network you already have. But how you can do it without having to spend months and years behind the tech and figuring things out. So who is ready to get started? You ready? Give me some thumbs up. Yes. See y'all. All right. So let me ask you a question. When you are thinking about what you want and where you want to go, what has been holding you back the most? Like, what are you struggling with in growing your business? Just let me know. What are the things that you have found have been the biggest struggle when it comes to growing your business? Mary says she's so in no tech, right? Yes, tech can stop people in their tracks. It can keep you from getting out there, marketing yourself, focus and tech. Okay, awesome. Any other things that are stopping you guys from growing your business right now? Any other things that you want to make sure we cover? Finances is always a factor. Understand, right? Sometimes we've got to have money to invest. Awesome. Listening. We got Maryland and Louisville. All right, guys. Well, we are going to be covering a lot of those things today and really helping you understand how you can continue to grow, how you can scale, how you can get there. And as we are going through this, so I can better serve you, be communicating with me throughout the chat. I love to see your ahas. I love to see the things that are coming up for you as we're going through this. So be ready, get your notepads out, get your fingers ready to start typing some things in chat. I see need to hire a virtual assistant or an assistant. Linda, yes, that's a good point to get to at a time where it's like, okay, I know that's the next step. Knowing the exact right people to contact who are willing and able to purchase from me. Such a good point, Sheldon. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that today and so much more. So let's get going. This is for you if you are just starting out and you don't know where to begin. Or B, you've done some stuff, but it hasn't gone as well as you hoped. I think we've all tried things at different times and they didn't go as well as we hoped. Maybe that's you right now. You're like, I've tried some things, they're not going so well. Or maybe you fall into C, which is you've had some success, but you still struggle to get that consistent income. Just, you have the ups and downs, call it the roller coaster entrepreneur that you go through. So where do you fall? Just type it in the chat. Are you A, B, C, or maybe all of the above for some of you? No. Are you at A, that you are just starting out? Are you a B, that you have done some things, but it just didn't go as well as you hoped? Or are you a C, where you've had some success, but still struggle to get consistent income? I see B's and C's. Ingrid, Mona. Yes, who else? Where are you guys at? All right, B, yep. Okay, great. C, Sheldon. Excellent. So no matter where you're at, these are some of the things that are going to help you. And we're going to help you push through these, because during this time, you're going to discover how to get clear on the problem you solve for your clients. You're going to get clear on how to reach out to your network in a giving in a non-salesy way. Because I don't think any of us wants to be salesy. Anyone here is like, I want to be salesy. Like, no, you're laughing at me. I know. It's okay. Because none of us want to be salesy. We want to obtain the right fit prospects easily. And you're going to discover how to work with clients you adore. How many of you want to work with clients you adore, you love showing up for, and you get excited? Yes, I see the thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. So where you're at, no matter where you're at, it is not your fault. You showed up the right way and to get started, and no one probably ever showed you what to do to get started, right? When I was an employee, and many of you were employees before this, you had a boss that told you what to do. You had peers who helped you out. You had people showing you the processes that you need to do. And you learned and you grew and you made mistakes, and then you learned from those mistakes. And the things that happen when you start a business is that you don't always know what to do. And there's no one there saying, hey, you should do this or you should do that. Or sometimes there's just too many people out there telling you, you should be doing all of these things, and they're not always right for where you are in getting started. So it's not your fault, because most people start off their businesses doing the wrong things. Unfortunately, that is the truth. It's because there's just not a lot out there saying, hey, this is how you get started. This is what you should do next. This is what you should do next. And it's not your fault. You just didn't know what to do or what not to do. And it's not your fault that you weren't missing some of the right pieces. It's part of why you're here. But that all ends today. Today, we get to look at this from a new angle. We get to say, okay, what do we do from here going forward? How do we change this into a six-figure business and grow now? Because you don't have to spend weeks and months and years trying to figure out all the things that you need to be doing before you make money in your business. It starts where most businesses start is with networking. And with your network, not just networking, but that is one form of your network. But in how do you use your network? And we're going to be talking about that, so you don't get bogged down in all the technology. Because let's just think for a minute. If you had a magic wand and you could wave that magic wand, and all of a sudden you had the exact clients you wanted to be working with, and you loved what you were doing, and people were begging you to come work with them. They were like, please, can you work with me? And they wanted to be that person. And they're coming to you saying, you know what? You got what I need. I need your help. How would that feel? And you have clients coming in the door, and you're making income. Who here wants that? Yeah? Some of you want that? Yes, just put yes in the chat. If you want to work with the clients you love and people that are now begging to work with you and have money in your pocket faster and easier than ever before. I see some yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. You see, I get it. Don't think that it was easy for me starting out either. It wasn't. I started out pretty much in the same place as most of you. I was working in a job that I had spent 20 years trying to build up that success in what I was doing in my career. And it wasn't in my original plans to start a business, but at some point along the way that changed. And these two may have had something to do with that change. I remember this is my sunroom, and I was sitting in there with my little girls. And I remember thinking, I don't want to go back to the stressful job. I had gotten to a point in my career that I felt like I had hit a glass ceiling. I felt like I had lost control of my career. I realized that I no longer was the one pulling the strings and making the choices of where I was going. And for me, the turning point was when we were going through a reorganization at my work, a company I had worked for years and had been promoted at several times and was working my way up. And we were going through a reorganization, and they came to me and said, we want you to take on an expanded role. And I was really excited about it. I was really excited about where I was going, where I was heading. And then I found out I was pregnant during this reorganization, and everything kind of shifted. I waited, until about my 12 weeks, and we still hadn't announced the reorg because we were still going through more changes. And I went in and told my managers that I was pregnant. And of course, they were really happy for me. I was pregnant for the little one you see in that picture there at the time. And they were happy and they were like, congratulated me. But then all of a sudden, everything went silent when it came to the reorganization. I was no longer included in meetings. I didn't know what was happening. And I thought, okay, this is strange. And when I asked, they're like, oh, what's going up through the ranks to get approval? And one day, I finally got a phone call from one of my managers, and he said, can you come up to my office and talk to me? Well, I actually had two managers at the time. I never went and talked to this one, like hardly ever. He was my direct reporting manager, but didn't know much of what I did. And so I went up in the office, and there sitting was my other manager, and I never met with the two of them together. So I knew something was up. And as I'm sitting there, they proceed to tell me that not only was I not getting the expanded role we had talked about, they were also taking away all my direct reports, and they were moving me under yet another vice president to report to, but they still expected me to do all of my same responsibilities without any direct reports. And I sat there, and as I'm listening to them, started to shake. And then they started to tell me more about some things that were happening with some of the people who worked directly for me, which I knew was not what they wanted because they had specifically told me they didn't want these things. And I started to get more and more upset as I'm sitting there. And I finally just said, I think I need to leave before I say something I'm going to regret. And I got up and I left, and I went back to my office. I shut my door, and I cried for the first time ever at my office. And I sat there and I thought, I've got to find out why this is happening. So I pulled myself together and called back up, and I said, I have a couple questions I need to know the answers to. I went back in and I said, why is this happening? And what they said next hit me even harder than what they had said before. I said, Tami, this isn't what we expected. This isn't what we think you deserve, but it was out of our control. And I thought, if I don't have control over my career and my managers don't have control over my career, who does? And it was in that moment that I realized I had lost control. It was in that moment that I realized I had spent years and years working for someone else, working for their goals, working for their dreams. And I had put all mine on hold. And I knew I wanted something different. I knew I wanted something more. And I had to figure out what that was. And I didn't just go out right then and decide that, I was going to start my own business and do something different. As I was pregnant, I'm like, I need my insurance. I need to figure this out. And so I took some time to really figure things out. And yes, Mary, the corporate structures are the worst, right? Which is why I'm no longer there, and probably why you aren't either. And so it was that constant reminder for me that I wanted something different. I wanted to do something more. And I remember a couple years after that, I had 3 friends that I lost to cancer within a year. And this is one of them. This is my friend Jillian. And she always used to call me and say, Tami, what am I going to do when I grow up? And it was just this running joke that we had because we were in our 30s at the time. And, when do you actually grow up? But there was one day I was driving home from work, and she called me, and I was just expecting our total normal banter of her trying to figure out what her next career move was going to be, what she was going to do when she grew up, and what she really wanted to do. And instead, she shared with me that she had found out she had breast cancer. And over the years, she fought it, went into remission, and then it came back and unfortunately took her life. And she left her husband and her 2 kids. And this was another wake-up call for me. It was like, I kept hearing her in my head going, what am I going to be when I grow up? And I was at that point. I thought I had it all figured out before this. I thought I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was just going to keep working my way up. And I had that moment of, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up now. And so I started working with a coach. I started working with an energy healer and trying to figure those things out. And it was through that process that I realized that being a coach was something I loved. I had always called myself a mentor manager. was people would ask me, what's your management style? I'm like, I'm a mentor manager. I'm going to help you figure out what you want to do with your career. I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you grow. And I also love the energy work and how impactful it was in making big leaps in your life and helping you overcome obstacles. And so I realized I wanted to bring two of those together and help more people with that. And so I started going through and getting my coaching certification. I started going through and doing some energy healing training, and all doing this while I was still working full time, still trying to build my business. And I spent over a year trying to build my business, working things in, having kids at home, having a husband who also needs my time and attention, right? And how many of you have someone in your life, whether you have kids or you have a parent or you have a significant other that needs time from you, that wants more time with you? They're looking for your support. They're looking to spend more time and want more of you. And they want you to be in a happy place when that happens. Because we all have that in our life, and it's not easy to balance it all. It's not easy to figure it all out. But it's critical to know what to do when in your business in order to make it more successful. Because when I started, I was like, following the directions and doing the things and trying all these different things. And it took months and nothing was happening. And so I know for many of you, you're looking for this time when you're like, yes, this is it. I finally got there. I finally figured it out. And now I get so excited because I get to work with people like you guys. I get to work with people I love, get to work with people that I enjoy being with and showing up for. And I have more freedom in my life now. And I get to do retreats and travel to places that I want to go, because those are the things that were important to me. And I know for many of you, just like for me, there's things that you want. For me, I wanted more freedom. I wanted more flexibility, because being in the job did not give me that. And I wanted more family time. I wanted to be able to say, yes, I'm going to be there for my kids' events. I wanted less stress. I wanted more financial security, and I wanted a fulfilled life. And for you, I know a lot of you want some of those same things and even other things that you want. And so I want to share with you some ways to help you get there, to make sure that you can make it happen. Because the truth is that most people never get to their first 3 clients. Because the truth is that 90% of all businesses fail. Only 40% are ever profitable. And on average, it takes 3 to 5 years to make a business profitable. And these are really true statistics. And this is what's happening in our world today. But the reason I share this is because I want you to know that it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to be part of that 90%. And the reason that some people are in that place is because they're doing a lot of the right things at the wrong time. You know what I mean? It's like they're implementing things that they may be right at some point in your business, but they're not always right when you're getting started. They're not always right when you're just getting going. And so when you implement things at the wrong time, you can waste a lot of time and money. And then you get frustrated and you lose the momentum and you don't have the cash flow coming in. But the reason I share the truth about the 3 clients is because I want you to realize what happens and what happened for me when I got those first 3 clients. Those first 3 clients gave me the things we're going to talk about. They gave me the confidence to know that I could do it. They gave me money in my account to help support me and be able to grow my business. And they showed me what I'm doing is working. And, this was back when I started off, and I started off as a leadership and career coach. And I just started using the job skills that I already had and I had learned throughout starting my business. And so, one of my first 3 clients, that actually paid me. Yes, I did some free coaching before that to get established and get my coaching certification. Was what I learned from that is they then ended up paying me more. And this, I'll show you, this is actually one of the very first sales pages I ever created. I was going through my coaching certification and I had 6 weeks left in order to finish my hours. And I needed some paid coaching clients in order to do that. I was like, okay, it's time to fast track your career in 6 weeks. And so that's what I was offering. And it's because I had 6 weeks to get it done. So they got 6 90-minute sessions with me for $900. I was, yes, practically giving it away. Now I have clients that pay me over $900 just for a 1 hour. But at the time, it was where I was at. And let me tell you what happened. When I got done with those clients, they all got results. They all were so excited. And 2 of them wanted to do more. 2 of them were like, okay, now like what's next? Let me take to the next level of my career. And how can you help me there? And so they signed up for 3 months programs at $3,500. I went from charging them $900 to $3,500 for almost the exact same hours of coaching, just because once they started working with me and people see the results that you can get them, they want more and they understand the value. And so don't feel like, you've got to come out and, charge $1 million your first client. You've got to show your value sometimes and then continue to grow, because sometimes your confidence has to catch up with you. And so that's what it did for me. When I got those first 3 clients, the confidence grew. I understood more of what I was doing. And honestly, they never even saw the sales page. How ugly the sales page was. Like literally it's a picture of me, my husband took in my office. And I don't need pink. It's not my branding color, but for some reason I had pink on there because somebody told me you needed to have either pink or red. And I was like, well, I'm going to go with pink. And, they never even saw this, because the clients that I got initially came to me from my network, came to me from people I already knew, and they never even saw the sales page. So I spent weeks trying to figure this out and set this up, and then it never got used. And this is what happens a lot of times is, typically you spend all these hours, hundreds of hours that are lost, thousands of dollars wasted, 0 clients and money coming through the door, or maybe some clients, but not enough to sustain. And the end result is that you get frustrated and you feel like you're starting over. And you start to wonder, did I make a big mistake? I mean, many of you have been through this before, or maybe that's what you're thinking right now. And I know that's because I was one of those people. I was there. This is me thinking I had to sell my house in order to get some money to sustain so that I could grow my business. This was the day that I actually realized that I didn't have to sell my house, that I realized that there was a better way, and I knew something had to change. So I did get my first 3 paying clients in 30 days, but here's the thing. This was after spending months trying to figure out how to start my business, and only after I figured out the strategies that I'm going to share with you. So this is really important. Yeah, so I see some of all the clients you have come from referrals who already know you, people who know you, like you, trust you. They're going to refer, right? Because they understand the value you provide, and they are your best source of referrals. And so I knew something had to change in that moment, and thankfully it did. And I'm happy that there's a happy ending to this story, because I said, I'm not going to quit. I said, I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to figure this out. And that's when I figured out what actually worked and what we're going to be talking about. So you might be wondering, why am I teaching this and why am I sharing this with you? Because when I was at that point, I thought, if I ever figure this out, I have to share this with more people, because I don't want to continue to see people go through this. I know how hard it was for me, and I know how hard it is for so many others when you're struggling with that. And so I wanted to be able to share it with you to help you get there faster, to help you get results faster, to help you grow faster and get out of the struggle. And I just want to make my mess and mistakes my message for you, so that you can see how you can do this even quicker, faster, and better. So today you are going to discover the Grow Now formula. And just before we dive all into it, I just want to clear this up, right? There's several of you thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe I'm just not meant to be an entrepreneur. And so let's address the elephant in the room. Not everyone is, and the journey isn't easy. But when you know what to do, when you have the right steps that you can be taking and the right support in place, it makes it so much easier. And there's a reason that feeling in your stomach, that thing in your mind saying, hey, you should do this, is there. Because there is something telling you you are meant for this. There is something telling you are meant for something bigger, for something more. And that it's thank you, Mona. She's like, that gets the best vote of all times. Yes. And so we know, like, sometimes it's sitting right there with us in the room and we don't see it. So we've got to clear that up right now. You are meant to be here and there is a reason for it. So do you want to create a six-figure business? Give me some I'm in the chat if you are in, if you are ready to create your six-figure business. And this is not for my benefit. This is for yours, because there is a Harvard Business Review study that shows that you are 5 times more likely to hit your goals when you write them down. So I'm asking you to put these things in the chat because this is your way of telling yourself and proving to yourself that you can do this and 5 timesing your results to get there. So yes, 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 I see. I'm in. Yes, 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 yes. I see them. Awesome, awesome. Glad you guys are in. I'm glad you are here and a part of this. So you are going to discover how to stop spinning and get clear on how you can best serve your clients. You are going to discover how to get to open the referral treasure chest that I will show you to get more clients. Wake up and be excited every day to do what you love and work with clients you adore. So yes, 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 totally in. See that? Awesome. So you're probably wondering how can I do this? How can I make this happen? And so let's dive in. This is the Grow Now formula, how to turn your network into 6 figures. So the G is get clear on the problem you solve. Get clear on the problem you solve for your clients. R, reach out to your network in a giving and non-salesy way. And O, obtain the right fit prospects easily. And W, work with clients you adore. So we're going to talk about each one of these. We're going to dive into each one of these. I'm going to share some tips and some tools to help you get there, because I want to see you grow now. I want to see you stepping out and implementing this and making this happen for you. So G, get clear on the problem you solve for your clients. I will take a drink because obviously my vocal cords are messing up. I get talking so fast and get so excited. I'm like, there's so much I want to share with you guys because I am excited to see you guys grow. Like, it's just like, I get chills when I think about it. I'm like, it's so exciting to see and be able to help other businesses as they continue to grow. And so, I grew up on a farm in Michigan. As I mentioned, I'm a farm girl from Michigan. And we used to have these 3-wheelers that we would ride through the fields. And when it was really dry, we would love to go out and do these 360s. And the dust would like start spinning up. And we would get to a point where we could no longer see. And we had to stop. Because we knew, there's a path in and a path out. And then on one side, there was a pond and the other side, there was a ditch. And so we'd get to a point where like, okay, we got to stop because we don't know which direction we're going to go. We're going to end up like drowning in the pond, or we're going to end up breaking our ankle, flipping over in the ditch. So we had to get to a point where we stop and let the dust settle. And this is kind of what it's like when you are spinning, when your mind is spinning, when you've got all these ideas, when you're not sure what to do, and you create this cloud of dust around you. And you can't see where to go. You've got all these ideas, you've got all these things happening, you're not sure what to do. You've got like people telling you a million different things, telling you what to do, what not to do. You've got all this. You're not sure what to put in your programs. You're sure how to price things. Like all these different things come up and you start spinning. And you get to a point where you either have to stop and let that dust settle so you can make the right decision so you can see the right path that you need to go on, or you need to find someone that can see above that and point you in the right direction and help you figure out where you need to be going. Someone who can help answer those questions and stop the spinning. Because if you want to create a brighter future, you've got to stop that. You've got to let it settle, right? And this is what happens when so many businesses are starting and getting going. All the options around you and in your mind, it's hard to find that moment where you can really get clarity and stop spinning. And what happens when you do stop spinning, this is Stacy and Mark. They were clients of mine. And when they came to me, they had literally just started their business. He had left a firm he was with, and they had branched out on their own and started their business. And they came and they were just like spinning with all of these things. And they're like, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it. We don't know where to get started. We don't know how to get clients. We don't know. And it was just like this cloud of confusion of not knowing what to do. And we had to stop and say, okay, let's break this down, right? So we got clear on the problem they solved. Got really clear on the problem they solved for their clients so that they could go out and share that. And I gave them some of the tools out of the treasure chest we're going to talk about to use to go out and share it. And we came back not even 2 weeks later, and we got on our next call, and they're like, so excited. They couldn't even wait to tell me, we have 4 clients already, all because they stopped. They got clarity. They got really clear on the problem they solved, and then they used the tools to reach out to their network. And within a week, they had 4 new clients. And that's what's possible when you're really clear, when you have those things in place. So you need to be able to solve a problem that people are willing to pay for, right? There are a lot of problems out there, a lot of them, but people have to be willing to pay for the problem. They have to be at a point where that is an urgent problem for them. And so there are different phases that people are at that they may not be ready yet. So you need to keep nurturing them until they are ready. And then there are other people who it's like, if your problem is so clear and they're like, yes, that's me, I need that now, then they are going to be willing to pay for that. So you're not selling yourself. You're not selling yourself. You are selling the solution to the problem that you solve. And when you are clear on what that is, you will hear people say, I need to work with you. I've got to have this. And that's when you've got it. When you really have that clarity on the problem you solve. So type in the chat, I solve a problem for my clients. I solve a problem for my clients. If you know what that problem is, you can type that in as well. What problem you do solve for your clients. So let us see it. I solve a problem. I am helping people through a problem. I am not selling myself. I'm not selling my services. I am selling a solution to a problem. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. So the R in the GROW formula is reach out to your network in a non-salesy way. And a lot of times when we say people reach out to your network, they're like, no, I don't want to be salesy. I can tell you this was one of my biggest obstacles I had to overcome when I became a business owner and a coach. I kept saying, I am not a salesperson. Any of you ever said I'm not a salesperson or I don't like sales? Yeah, some of you have. It's something that I grew up with, right? Like anytime I would think about a salesperson, I would think about the sleazy salesman that was trying to sell us something we didn't need. And it was this perception that I had around salespeople and what they were and what they did. I would even avoid salespeople when I went into a store. Anyone else ever done this? I'm like, I don't want to talk to, they're like, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? And I'm like, nope, good. You're not trying to sell me anything. Like steer away from those people. And it wasn't until I realized first of all, nobody can sell you anything that you don't want, right? So you have to be strong enough in your voice to be able to say yes and no, this is what I need. And knowing what you need is so important. And so it's not about being a salesperson. Like I said before, we're not selling ourselves. We are selling a solution to a problem that people have. And if you are not sharing that solution with them, you are actually doing them a disservice because you're not helping them get over a problem, because selling is truly a service. So put that in the chat. Selling is service. When you are doing what you love, when you are doing what you are great at, and being able to help people overcome things, being able to help people with the problem that they actually have, you are being of service to them. And sometimes we have to reframe these things in our minds in order to get there. We have to reframe it for ourselves to realize that what we thought was sales is not really sales. We are not trying to sell anybody anything that they don't need or want. If you are, then you need to rethink your business structure, because that's not what it should be. You are here to service people, no matter what it is you're providing, no matter what it is you do for people. And so just like in this masterclass, I know that I can help you get a profitable business. I know that I can do that. I've done it for other people. I know that being here and sharing with you is providing a service. And yes, I am going to share something with you at the end. And if that freaks you out, it's okay. I am not trying to sell you something. I'm just going to share something with you. And if it is right for you, then awesome. If not, that's totally okay as well. I hope you take everything you get out of this, all the things, all the tips, the tools that we're going to talk about, and go utilize them. But if I didn't share it with you, how am I going to really help you grow your business? Am I going to really help you get to the next level? And so knowing that what you do is really, it's a shift in your mindset. It's not even coming from the perspective of your clients. It's a shift in your mindset so that you can have those right conversations. This is Tori. And before we started working together, she's an amazing at what she does and got great results. But she kind of was like that roller coaster entrepreneur. She was at a point where she was only bringing in about $1,000 a month, and she had some bigger months. But for the last 6-7 months, she hadn't been able to really make any momentum and get that going. And she had this fear around selling, and she didn't know where to find clients. And so we sat down and we built her a strategy on where to get clients, where to get leads, and we reframed her fear of selling. We reframed what she was doing so that she didn't feel like this was something she had to resist, but something that she could really persist at. And within 4 months, she was at $10,000 a month. She was so excited. She's like, I want to retire my husband. And she got pregnant while we were working together. We set up a whole plan for her while she was out on her maternity leave to be able to come back and really hit those 10K months again very quickly. And she ended up coming back, hitting her 10K months, then retired her husband from his job. In this last year, they just spent traveling the world with 2 little kids and having an amazing time, because that's what they wanted to do. That was the life they were searching for. Those were the goals that they set. And she got really clear on what that was they wanted and how to get there. And by having the right strategies in place, by getting past her fear of feeling like she had to be a salesperson, feeling like she was going to be salesy, and actually having the right steps in place, she was able to hit that very quickly and then catapult from there so that they could take their family all over the world. And I just love watching her, because now I'm like, okay, they were in Africa, and they were in Central America, and they were in South. I was just everywhere. It was just so much fun following them now and seeing all these things that she gets to do, because now she's gone past those fears. And here's the thing, 99% of all businesses get their first clients from their network. And it's like, when I talk to people, they're like, yeah, I don't want to talk to people I know. I don't want to, I don't want to reach out to the people I know. There's this resistance that comes in. But that is how, and it's really more like 99.9% of businesses get started. They start with the people they know. They start with the people in their network. And it doesn't mean that your next door neighbor is your ideal client, but it does mean that they probably know someone who is. And so when you can learn how to connect and to reach out in the right way, you can grow and get there faster. And then you get to obtain the right fit prospects easily. They start coming in the door more easily, and people are excited, and they're like, yes, I've heard about you. I want to work with you. And it's a lot like fishing, right? If you go fish in a place where there are no fish, in a pond, there's no fish, you're not going to catch anything. And so we have to learn to fish in the right places, to be where our prospects are, to understand where they're showing up, the places they go to, the things they like, and then be able to share with them and understand how you can serve them. Does this make sense? Yes. Good. Thumbs up. Yes is in the chat. Y'all still with me? Awesome. All right. But you also want to build trust, right? And one of the ways I'm going to talk about building trust is with your sampler. And so how many of you have ever been to Charleston? Put NC in the comments in the chat if you've been to Charleston. It's actually I said NC, SC, it's South Carolina. In Charleston, also like they have these in Hilton Head. If you have ever been there and you're like walking down the streets and all of a sudden this aroma like comes over you and you're just like, oh, what is that smell? I have to have whatever that is. And it's these pecan clusters. These they're like it's basically just sugar on pecans, kind of. It's not the best thing in the world for you. But the smell and the aroma is amazing. And you walk into this store, and the first thing they have there are samples. And they are handing you these samples. And they're like, you've got to try this. It's and they get you to try one, and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to take like 10 of those home. I need some for me. I need some for my mom and my sister and my brother and my next door neighbor. And you start buying all of these things because the sample was so good. That's what it's like when you're working with your clients. You want to give them a sample. And so you want to create this win-win situation for them, right? You don't want to just reach out to your network and be like, hey, I want to sell your friend something. That would be really awkward and not feel good for either of you. But when you have something that you can give them, if you can work them through something in 30 minutes, you can give them their next step. If you have a free offer you can share with them, Mary's saying her challenge. Yes. Like if you have something that you can share, you're creating that sample where they get to know you, like you, trust you better, and you're creating a win-win situation for them. And so when you do this, it makes it so much easier to be able to connect with those clients. This is Yamana. And then she went through one of my boot camps last year, and she's like, it was so easy. Like when I actually followed the process and followed the steps, I got my first clients. And she was so excited when she came back. This was like her, so excited about the process, and realizing that when you actually do the steps, when you follow the process, it's not so hard. And so many times we resist and we don't want to do it. And we're like, oh, but there's got to be another way, or there's got to be something different, or I just can't do this. I just, it doesn't feel right. When we can get over ourselves and we can do what we're meant to do, put ourselves out there, you can quickly launch your business and get right fit clients easily without having to spend months building out complex systems and technology. I love technology. I was the head of IT for a company before I left. And there is a time and a place for that. But I also realized after I had spent 6 months trying to build out and launch this whole funnel, and then was told to change my business by some of my coaches. And I'm like, what? Now I got to spend another 6 months building out a whole nother funnel. I was like, this is not right. There has got to be a faster and better way. And this is it. And this is what really works. And this gets you to working with clients you adore. I adore my clients. I adore all of them. Someone asked me the other day to pick my favorite clients, and Lori's probably laughing because she was there, and she's like, it better be me. That's what she said. But I was like, I love all my clients. I cannot pick, because I adore my clients. I love working with them. And that's what you want. So that you can say, I quit. I'm not going back to the job. Or you can say, I quit working with the people I don't like. And when you do that, making money, doing what you enjoy for people you love to work with, it feels like money's growing on trees and it's just there. So do you want to get clients now? Type yes in the chat box right now if you are ready to get clients door. Yes, I see Sharon. You want to work with clients, get you a door. You want that tree mode. I love it. Yes, 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 Sharon. Yes, Ingrid. Yes, Sheldon. All right, let's get you some clients you adore, just like Mo, who literally said, she's like, I felt like I had all these puzzle pieces and I really didn't know how to put them together or what to do with any of them. She's like, Tami gave me the exact steps, made it so easy, and I got my first clients. And that's what it should be like. It should be easy. It should not be hard. Or like Carla, who came and she's like, she was asking me on one of our coaching sessions, she's like, I've got this prospect that wants me to do some work for them. I'm like, okay, how much are you going to charge? And she told me her number and I'm like, no. Nope. That is not what you're going to charge. And she's like, what? Why? I'm like, do you realize that the level of what they're asking you to do is so much more valuable than what you're saying? And so we came up with, there was almost 3 times the amount that she told me she was going to charge. And she's like, biting her fingernails, like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, yes, you can, because this is what you're doing is worth. And sometimes we need someone else to point that out to us, like, stop undercharging, stop underselling ourselves. And she went out, talked to that prospect, came back and was like, oh my goodness, that was the easiest sale I've ever made. And I am never undercharging again. She could have kept undercharging for years had we not had that conversation. And so knowing what your value is, knowing what you're worth, understanding that you do have value in what you're helping people with. So I really hope you get this one thing. It doesn't have to be hard and take months to get clients. It does not. You don't even have to have a website to start out. You don't have to have a funnel. Like at some point, I want you to have all like those things, but it doesn't have to start that way. And so you can get there faster, easier with the right steps in place. And so you might be wondering, as I'm sure many of you, well, how do I find these people? How do I find these clients? Because I know some of you have been trying for a while. And so you can do this the slow way, or you can do this the fast way. The slow way is through trial and error, and you can, you never get back the time that we spend. Our time is more valuable than anything. And you can spend this time away from your family and trying different things and getting results. But I know you're here because you want to see results. You want things to move faster for you. So with your permission, I'd love to show you how you can get results faster and get real money in your bank quickly. So let me know if you are ready to get more clients. Just type yes in the chat. I believe in permission-based sharing. So do I have your permission to share with you a way to make this easy for you? So yes, I see lots of yeses. Yes. Awesome. Because I want to share with you how to get some step-by-step guidance to help you get more clients right now. This is the Grow Now Bootcamp. Wouldn't you love to stop spinning and know exactly what to do? Wouldn't you love that spinning to stop that's happening? Wouldn't you love to get clients now and not have to wait months or years sometimes to build something out, for other things to be in place? Wouldn't you love to end the struggle of not earning profits in your business? Would have a clear plan that shows you what to do to get to your goals and finally shift your mindset so that you can overcome the fears that are holding you back. This is what the Grow Now Bootcamp is designed to do. All of this and so much more. And so I want to share with you first who it's not for, because, it's really important to understand, like, I don't want to work with everyone. I want clients I adore, right? And so if you are really ready to turn your business into a 6-figure business, then you need to know who this is for. If you are someone who would rather make excuses than make things happen, this is not for you. If you are not ready to put the effort in and follow a process, this is not for you. It is for those who are ready. It is for those who are willing and excited and want to grow and continue to grow. And so with this, we are going to show you how to turn your network into a six-figure business. And I'm going to just share some specific things you're going to get out of this and what we're going to cover in the boot camp. So you are going to get the success secrets to get clients now. We are going to develop a 28-day plan to get clients and be well on your way to hitting your freedom figure. I call it a freedom figure. The freedom figure to me is, what do you need to be making so that you don't have to go back to the job, or if you're in the job, you can quit the job, but you feel like you have more freedom in your life when you are hitting that number. And so think about what your freedom figure is. Write it down. What is your freedom figure? What do you need to be making? And we want to help you develop a plan to get there. So we're going to be giving you step by step every single day for 28 days. We are going to be telling you something to do that is going to make a difference in growing your business and getting clients. How many of you would like an easy button to say, okay, yep, I know exactly what I need to do today. I see the hands. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be sharing. Every day, you are going to have things to do that are going to make an impact and help you grow your business. No more doing the wrong things. I am going to be opening up my referral treasure chest. I am going to be sharing this with you. This is filled with templates and ideas of how to reach out to your network in a giving and non-salesy way so that they want to refer to you. This is honestly like pure gold. And, I was sharing with Stacy and Mark how within a week of using this, they came back with 4 clients. What would that do for you? What would that be for your business? And we are also going to be going through, if I can get my slides to move here, the client onboarding done right. Because this was something, and I know you and I were talking about this last night. You're like, I need the onboarding process. This is something that, I want to make sure you've got to get your clients excited to work with you right from the beginning. You want them wanting more. And so we're going to talk about the onboarding process, how to bring them on, make it easy for yourself, and do it the right way. We're also going to build out your one-page business plan, because I don't believe that, the only reason you need like a longer business plan is if you are going for funding, grants, or asking someone to loan you some money. But if you are like most of us who are funding your own business, you need a very simplified business plan. And that business plan needs to develop what your strategy is, what your focus is, and your message, so that every time you find yourself getting distracted, you come back to that one-page business plan and you're like, nope, these are my 3 things I'm focused on. What am I doing today to focus on these things? And it is really clear what you need, where you need to focus, and what you need to be doing. So what you get the G.R.O.W Now 28-day plan laid out for you. I don't think I've ever seen this anywhere. Like when we were talking about developing this, was like, yes, this is what people need. I know this would have been so helpful for me getting started. And now I followed some of these processes and do this even in my own business, even where I'm at. I'm following these same things. And so you're going to have the Inspired Business community to chat with people, to ask questions, to share celebrations, to get feedback, all kinds of things you can do in there. Inspired Business coaching with me. You get inspired actions to hit your goals. And this is so important. The action steps you need to be taking in order to hit your goals. Because we don't want to just talk about action. We want you to actually take it. So some of you might be wondering, will this work for me in my business? Is this the right fit? And the answer is absolutely. This is designed to meet you where you're at in your business. But strategy is only going to get you so far. And if you've got some mindset blocks, if you've got some things going on, we've got to work on that as well. And we will during this program. But don't just take my word for it. You can hear from people who have been through my program before and what they have said they need in order to move forward. So past graduates have said that it was a complete package to success in your business. It's an excellent roadmap to build your business. And Tami has integrated all the tools you need from the start. I like to lay things out for you. It's just part of my nature, like being able to give you everything you need. And this bootcamp will help you overcome your fears and help you to be successful. We all have fears. So don't feel like if you're coming in and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, there's something holding me back. It's okay. It really is. But we can't stay there. We want to help you to move through that. We want to help you to get past that. And so we'll be working with you to move past those fears, step into the right actions, and help you get results quickly. And I more than doubled my prices and sold it with ease with Tami's guidance. I will never undercharge again. Those are just some of the graduates that came through. So you can join our winning bootcamp at grownow.bootcamp.com. If you're ready to get going, this is an opportunity to jump in and put aside the excuses and make it happen. But wait, I do have more. Like, there's more I want to share with you because this is just me. Like, I get so excited and you can just ask my clients. Like, I get so excited when these things come up and I'm like, I want to do more. I want to help them more. And how can I add more value to what they're already getting? And what other things are they going to need to really help them get through this? So I've got a couple bonuses for you. Who likes a good bonus? I mean, we all love getting extra things. One of the bonuses is the Make the Leap event. This is a one-day event on March 30th, where we are really going to help set you up for success as you make that leap to the next level. This is an event you don't want to miss. We have so much planned in here, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to be working on your strategy. We're going to be working on your mindset. We are going to be really, truly helping you make that next leap throughout. And another bonus is, I mentioned sales is always, I mean, I would say, I don't know, I would say at least 90% of my clients have an issue with sales. And maybe that's because we all come from similar backgrounds. And I want to make sure I set you up for success as you go through this. So you are going to get an in-depth sales training where we go through how do you get hired? I have a formula for hired. And how do you get hired by the right set of clients? What are the things you need to be asking? What are the things you need to be doing? And we will make it easy for you so you don't get overwhelmed when you get into a sales conversation. I know, like, this was me, like, and I heard someone say recently, and I thought this was so true as I looked back past my, 6 years and as a coach, they were like, anytime you can get more sales training, do the sales training. Sales training just makes you better and better and better at what you do and being a business owner. And so even if you've been through sales trainings in the past, always continuing to grow. There's new things you can learn. There's new perspectives and things out there. So this is going to be amazing. So you get to choose. You can do this the hard way. You can figure this out on your own. You can go do it yourself, and that's totally cool. Or you can do it this easy way and let us give you the path that you need to walk down. Let us tell you the steps you need to be taking and hold your hand through that so that you can grow now and get clients now. Because it truly is time to grow now. Let's make this happen. So what the program includes is access to your courses. We've got live trainings. All the sessions will be recorded. So if for some reason you can't make one of the live ones, no worries. They will be recorded and put in your portal. You get all the slides, handouts, and checklists, everything that we go through. You get your 28 days of deliberate action to help you get clients now. And you get live coaching sessions. These are invaluable. These are so good. I just got off of one this morning with several people in two of our other groups. And we just got to the end, and one of the persons I was like, you're here, you didn't have a question. And I'm like, is there something you want to ask? She's like, I just wanted to show up and listen. And I got so much value from just being here. And then the people who did ask the questions were like, oh gosh, this is like saved me a ton of time and effort. So live coaching sessions to help you through whatever it is you need. These can be strategy questions. These can be mindset questions. Like I wasn't say there isn't a limit. There's probably some limit. I'll tell you if you hit the limit. I don't think anyone ever has on the kind of questions you can come in and ask during those live coaching sessions, because we are here to support you and help you move forward. So just to recap, everything you get in it's the Grow Now plan. Apologize, that actually has the wrong title on the top. The Grow Now plan, 28 days. You get the referral treasure chest, the client onboarding done right. You get the one-page business plan, the live coaching, and as your bonuses, you get the sales conversations that convert training. That will be live. We're going to do that live. So if you have questions, you can ask me right in the moment. And the Make the Leap event. All of this is over $12,000 value. If I take these out and sell them separately. This is what I can charge for each of these. But for you guys here, I want to know first, like, what would this be worth to you? What would it be worth to you to open that referral treasure chest, to have clients coming in the door in the next 28 days? What would it be worth to you to know and start working your way towards hitting your freedom figure? You were to end this year and you would hit your freedom figure. What would that mean to you? What would that be worth? Because I do want to share a special opportunity with you all just for being here. This hasn't been released anywhere else, but just for being here on this masterclass and sticking with me and being here, you get all of this. It's not based on our website price. It's not based on the value. We're giving all of this to you for only 3 payments of $4.99. Or if you want to do the pay in full option, it's a one-time investment of $14.97. Because we really want to see you grow. We really want to see more people have success. So before I give you that URL, I've got a warning, and that is you must go there quickly. The thing is, in just a minute, I'm going to share with you another fast action bonus for just the first 10 people, and it's worth more than this entire program. And so be ready. If you know this is for you and you are ready to truly grow your business, get ready, because we're going to share with you how you can do that right now. And maybe you're thinking, seems like a lot of pressure she's putting on me right now. And why would she be doing that? The thing is, yes, I am putting some pressure on because I know that this works. I know that the results that we get with our clients. And I know that if you truly want to grow, if you truly want to do something now, then you've got to take action. You've got to be ready. And so it doesn't mean that, I'm trying to pressure you. I'm saying this is the right thing that you need. You want to grow right now. You want to step into your business. I know there's people on here at a couple different phases of their business. Some of them are not even getting started. Some of you have been doing this a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm just not getting the consistent income and I want to make this grow faster. So this is going to set you up for success no matter where you are at. So are you all ready? You guys ready to get started and get going and growing your business now? Awesome, awesome. All right, so I am going to get back to here. And if you go to the GROWNOWbootcamp.com, you can grab this and get all of this for 3 payments of $4.99 or pay in full of $14.97. Only today, only here on this. And the reason we're doing this is because we're excited to see you grow. We're excited to see what happens. We're excited to see where you go from here. So it is Grow Now Bootcamp. I'll put that in the chat. You can open up another browser right now and go to grownowbootcamp.com. And the fast action bonus for the first 10 people who are grabbing this week, you are also going to get an offer creation workshop. And this is where I am going to be working with you directly on creating your offer, creating what your programs look like, creating what you are putting out to the world. Because some of you are wondering, okay, do I even have something to offer? Others of you are like, I have a program, but I'm not sure if it's exactly priced right, or if I have all the features and the benefits in there that I need to, or if I should be making some tweaks to it. And so whether you're just starting or you've already have something, we're going to validate that. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to validate it. We're going to make sure you have the right program in place. We're going to make sure it's really solving a problem for your clients and being really clear on what that is so that we can lay this out. So the offer creation workshop is next week. So for those who are ready to go, ready to start now, take this fast action bonus and you will get that live workshop with me where you will walk away with what your program includes, what your pricing is, all of it. So everything added in with the fast action bonus, this is over a $16,000 value. You get all of this now just for being here. And so I see there's a question, how long is the bootcamp? Is it just the 28 days? So technically the 28 days is the main part of the bootcamp. Your bonuses will start next week. We also have a bonus, so it'll be about 6 weeks in total by the time you add in the bonuses and the one-day event. So we'll be kicking off with some things in the next few days. Awesome. Because we want to see quick action. There is a satisfaction guarantee. So if you're not completely satisfied in 14 days, we will give you your money back, no questions asked, as long as you do the work and you are showing up. So imagine getting clear on the problem you solve for your clients, having your network refer to you, working with clients that you love, and waking up excited every day and the people you get to serve, and feeling confident in your offer and knowing what a difference it makes. It's going to feel amazing, right? You guys excited for that? I know I am excited for you. So I'm going to open it up for questions. I see some in the chat. So what day is the next week offer? It is on Tuesday. Next Tuesday is our workshop for the offer creation workshop coming up next Tuesday. And we have coaching hours every week throughout the program, as well as your live training. So those are on 2 separate days, typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but there's a couple variances in there. We kick off on March 1st with the live training. The sales training is the Tuesday after next. So I'm looking at my calendar up there. I have a big calendar on my wall. So it's on February 28th is our sales training. And then we kick off the 28 days on March 1st. And so any other questions, feel free to type them in. I know I've gotten some questions in the past. I'll share some of those answers. Is there an option for any other day in the workshop? Great question. For the live workshops, there's not necessarily an option right now for another day, but if it's the offer creation workshop you're not able to attend, what we will do, everything will be recorded. So you'll always have the recordings. So what you can do is listen to the recording afterwards and then send me your offer and we'll go through it and make sure you have everything you need. So no man left behind, no woman left behind. We'll make sure everyone is covered. You'll have all the information you need, and then you can always get the live feedback during the live coaching hours, or if for some reason that doesn't work, we'll find a time to make it work for you guys. All right. So some of the questions that I had come in before were, how does it work if I'm completely new to business? No worries, no problem. This is a great starting point. Like, this is something I know we've had people come through the program that brand spanking new, and they're like, yes, I'm so glad I started here because this helped me to get what I needed and laid everything out. What do I need to do? Also works if you already have a business, because the things we're going to go through are things that some of you might have skipped and tried to skip through, or we're just going to give you better direction to know. Sometimes it gets really, there's so much stuff going on. You're like, okay, I don't know what to focus on today. And so we're just going to help you get really focused during this time and get you really churning so you can get the momentum going. Awesome. All right, so let's see what other questions came in. So how much time does it take was one of the questions. So the workshops, some of them, the offer creation workshop will be the longest one. And because I want to make sure we get through everyone. So it's probably going to be a couple hours, 2 hours I'm expecting, but I personally have carved out a little bit longer just to make sure I get through everybody and we all have our answers and everybody walks away with what they need. Most of the other trainings will be about an hour. The coaching hours are an hour, and the 28 days where we give you things to do, some of them are going to be super quick. Some of them are going to be like 5-10 minute things. There will be a few that take a little bit longer. And so there's nothing that we're going to give you that's like, oh my God, I had to spend this whole day just doing this. Nothing like that. But there will be some that, it might take 30 minutes that day. So I would plan on just having like a half hour a day where you are dedicating to doing these things. because it's going to get you business and what's going to help you grow. So that's the whole point. All right. So what if I couldn't join live? So like I said, everything is recorded. We will put those in your portal for you, so you have access to the recordings, so you can go back and listen to them anytime. Any other questions? So let me just ask, if there's any of you on the fence, any of you that are like, I'm not sure, I don't know, I am still thinking, you're still here, but I just want you to put in the chat, because I can't help you and I can't serve you if I don't know what's going through your head and what you're thinking. So just put, I'm on the fence because, and fill it in. Like, just put that in the chat. If you're on the fence and you're not really sure, you can go ahead and put that in the chat. Happy to answer any of those questions, if there are any. And this is my personal number. This is not my team's number. So if you have questions, text me at this number. Obviously, I can't answer your questions right now because I am here, but text me at this number and just say, hey, I'd love to chat. If there's something you want to ask me that you don't feel is appropriate for the group, or, just something more personal, is totally cool. Yeah. So Sheldon, you said you have no clue how to be a coach. You're not a coach. That's okay. We work with lots of different kinds of people. So we just need to figure out what it is you want to do. I work with coaches, consultants. I work with accountants. I work with doctors. So it's okay. Like, we're going to look at what your skill sets are, what you are best at. I know you're a speaker, and that's one of your primary things, right, Sheldon? So we'll take a look at what is the right offer for you and for your people to help you get out there and making more money in another way other than just speaking. Or we can focus on your speaking business and just getting you more speaking gigs. There's lots of ways we can focus this for you. Awesome. All right. Well, yes, cool. Okay, awesome. I just want to thank you guys for joining me and allowing me to share this with you. This has changed so many of our students' lives, and the biggest thing was being able to see that transformation, being able to see them get over the hurdles of the fears, being able to see them get the clarity that they needed to really move their businesses forward. And I want the exact same things for you. I want to see that for you. I want to see you grow. I want to see you get all the tools and the templates and everything that we have to offer you, and giving you that step-by-step guidance to help you get there. Because I know that if you're willing to make that investment in yourself, it will repay you and it will pay off long-term for you. This is all about helping you grow. This is all about helping you get there. Awesome. Okay. So how long is the sales training? The sales training will probably be 90 minutes. 90 minutes for that one, because we've got a lot to cover. But great questions. Great questions. Love it. Love it. And awesome. Well, thank you all. I'm so excited for those of you who have jumped in and are joining us. Yay. So excited. Like this just lights me up when I get to see people who are all in their businesses and just ready to take the next step, go to the next level, and really make it happen for them. So excited for you guys. It's going to be amazing. And if you are still on the fence or still have questions, reach out to me. You can reach out to me at the number on the screen there, or you can just email me back to any of the emails that you've gotten about this course, about this masterclass, and reply to that, and we will talk to you. You guys are so welcome. Love you all. Great being here with you. I cannot wait to see your next level in your businesses, seeing you growing, seeing you scaling, and seeing you get there, because I know you are all meant for more, and I'm excited to help you get there. Awesome. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and I will see you soon.